it's so sad. I have to keep up with it now, and it makes you upset. But we're back with this fucking guy. I think I read him like 2 days ago, a double feature of his, because I don't know if his life is real or not. But he just put this up today about the fucking iDubbbz H3H3 thing. I'm like, who the fuck? You have an opinion on that? You can't possibly have an opinion on that worth listening to. But like, I've been listening to this shit all day long from like Asmongold, from like other people I haven't even watched before. Fucking Big Nigga Diesel Patches fucking did a video on it. Listen, I can't imagine this guy has anything of substance to say, but I have to see what he says about it. I really have to, because if he's going from scooping rice at some Greek Chipotle to doing like commentary shit like this, I need to see what he's about, right? Let's give this man a fair shot. Let's see what he has to say about fucking iDubbbz's content cop on fucking H3H3. It should be incredibly enlightening.
5. The last content cop was 7 years ago in 2017. Why did iDubbbz drop a content cop? And more importantly, why did he drop it on H3H3? He could have done Jake Paul. He could have done...
I mean, so far, sounds like he did a little bit of research. Okay, good. What was the other thing he said?
Why did he drop it on H3H3?
All right, it's a pretty good setup, right? He's setting it up pretty decently. All right, let's go. 13 seconds, not too bad.
H3. He could have done Jake Paul. He could have done Logan Paul. He could have done David Dobrik. He could have even done Mr. Beast.
Shut up. Hold
on. Boop. Content cop, Mr. Beast. But you choose H3H3, your former friend. This could have been a phone call, an email, a Zoom call. But nope, you had to publicly blast it on the...
You know what? He's not wrong about that. I gotta give it to him. He's not wrong about that. Because I felt the same way. It's an incredibly personal thing going on between all four of the main four and the other fucking chuckleheads. But he is right though. It really is something that shouldn't have been. It wasn't even a content cop. Because content cop is about content, not about personal affairs. Right? He made that shit real personal for no fucking reason.
On the internet. I think what I don't understand about this content cop is that if you read the comments, you won't even... If I were to read you the comments of this video,
put them up,
and then you were to watch the content, they're so divorced from each other. That's not a good YouTube video. You don't want...
You know what would make a good YouTube video? Would make this a good YouTube video? If you would cut in what you're talking about. Take a screenshot of it. It's really simple. Take a screenshot of it when you're editing. If you do edit, you cut some shit around. Cut some shit into it. What you're talking about. PMP. Right in the corner, right overlay. You'll be totally fine.
People engaging your content to completely miss the point of what you're trying to say. Another thing is the like to dislike.
Well, to be fair, that was a long fucking video. That shit was long as fuck. I do not blame anybody for getting lost in the sauce if you're not like already intimately involved in what the fuck's been going on the past year or so.
Ratio, which isn't always the best thing, but it has more dislikes than likes.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I bring this up is Content Cop was fun, back in the day. I may have, your boy may have watched a few back in the day. I may have participated in that. But people have grown up. People move. People move on with their...
I gotta give it to him again. He's not wrong. A lot of people who used to watch Content Cop who's reacting to this one is like, why is he still fucking doing it? A lot of people has said it be moved on from there. You give him another one. I gotta give him another one.
Lives and do other things. And the fact that he did this, the fact that iDubbbz did this, it's weird. There's this phrase I think of when it comes to iDubbbz.
Mm-hmm.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And that's definitely
to see yourself become the villain, but yes.
What are you doing, mate? Mate, what are you doing with this content cop? I didn't even watch the video because I could tell it was dumb. I could tell.
I don't blame you. Especially if you're not intimately involved. Who the fuck actually cares? If you're not intimately involved in the main four, I'm not going to go through names because their names are fucking confusing. And the chuckleheads like Hassan and the fucking other one and the Denims bitch. Like, if you're not involved in any of that shit, it doesn't matter to you at all. I promise you, it's not. It's gonna be boring as fuck.
And I think I want the main subject of this video to be
What's interesting about it is the people who are invested in it reacting to it. That's what they're interested. Like them, like that by itself, like the content comp video and Ethan's reaction to it. Jesus Christ, that's a long shit to get through.
the internet changes, or YouTube, or whatever the
Yeah.
environment, ecosystem.
Someone even said in the comments, one of the comments of someone's video, I think it was Dealer's Patches' video, that all the niggas in the fucking video are reaching 40 years old. As in, like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? Be mature about this. Like, what are you talking about?
System, whatever word you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
The content I'm making now, if I, I might change my mind. I might change my mind next month, but
I mean, you're
if
doing
I
well so
continue to
far.
make it
I'm not gonna
5 years-
hold you. You're doing well. You're a little stiff. You feel a little nervous, but like you need some confidence and a little bit of, you know what? You could be going places. Just keep at it. Keep grinding it. You know what? You're not doing too bad.
Years from now, if I continue to hit upload, there's going to be significant changes. You know why? Because when I go back to my videos 8 years ago, I don't even recognize that guy. And that's back when the channel was still called Caleb InTenDay. Now we're just InTenDay because your boy upgraded. And I don't think iDubbbz learned that
8
lesson.
years ago. You've been for 8 years and you still got. Are you 8 years consistent, or are you 8 years just like on and off? Because I've been like damn near 10 years on and off. And I still only got 25.
Really don't. I don't know who you're gonna benefit, man. Because while yeah, it's great, you get views, clicks, whatever, and my brother, you're way more successful than I'll ever be, man. At this point, everybody is more successful.
Stop that. Stop that. Nope. No. Run that shit back. You are the most famous person alive.
My brother, you're way more successful than I'll ever be, man. At this point, everybody is more successful than me, okay?
Like, I get being humble. You're being too humble. You're putting yourself down. Your humble is hurting you. You are more successful than me. Right? And I'm that nigga. And I can admit that because it's true. But listen, bro, you can do it. Just have a little confidence in yourself, and you can. Well, you need a lot more confidence in yourself, but still, and maybe some new glasses.
I have accepted that I have failed.
You have not failed.
A-okay.
You have not failed. Shut the fuck up.
While it's great to make a content cop, yeah, you could have made it on other people, but also, why wait 7? It doesn't take 7 years.
It doesn't.
There's so many controversies you could have done. Where were you when Logan Paul did the dead body? Bruv.
Get him,
You
bro.
could have done it then.
Get
That
'em.
was a perfect time to drop a content cop. You could have done it with David Dobrik and Jeff Wittick.
You could
That
have.
was a perfect time to drop a content cop.
Yeah.
You could have actually done Jake Paul instead
He's
of doing
cooking.
Rice Gum and doing that clickbait that you done. But you choose H3. Mind you, I don't really watch H3.
Not only H3, but that's not content. It was very, very personal. It wasn't even a content. It could have been a hit piece or a spoof on a content nuke shit. That'd be more applicable than a fucking content cop.
Like that. I used to watch him back in the day, but man's, Ethan's gone through his things, man, and they're just living their life. And I'm not saying that no one's above criticism. No one, man. Actually, you can do a content comp on InTenDay because I'm out here.
Nigga, I'm
trying
about to
spread
shut your ass up and
toxicity.
keep it rolling.
You're toxic. I just don't understand.
No, it wouldn't be
What
a
this-
toxic. It wouldn't be toxic. Tell you that much. It'd be fucking cringe.
Was about because you do this and then what's next? You're gonna do content cops again? We're gonna run it back? I don't even because another thing with all this content cop and all the references you're making, things are so algorithmically driven that like the people who are gonna watch this video it's so specific. Whereas before, at least, things were different, but there was more of a mainstream. But now that everything is kind of segmented into your own personalized feed, It just doesn't make sense. There isn't a broader YouTube audience. Yes, you have people like Mr. Beast who have over 100, 200, 300 million subscribers, but they're
It depends on what you do. I'm doing everything. I'm setting myself for future success, not immediate success. Right? If you stay in one lane, you're gonna be stuck in that shit for a long time. It depends on what you do. It would affect your outreach, right? If I just stay playing video games and doing like the classic episodic shit, that's not gonna go anywhere, right? I even found that out as I was doing it because that's what I wanted to do. That's my bigger inspirations is being like a YouTube gamer, right, and just having episodes up, right? But at the time I did it, even it wasn't going nowhere. But what did go somewhere was my reviews of Dying Light 2 and Elden Ring. At the time, those are my biggest views by a damn sight. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna switch gears and do reviews. But like, life got in the way. The point is, you gotta roll you gotta do what you want to do as well as like evolve yourself, which it seems like what you're doing. You seem like you're on the path of evolving yourself and reaching out and doing other things, and that's great. Like keep this up and also do other things.
over 100, 200, 300 million subscribers, but there are whole swaths of the population that just have no. My parents don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, I've had that perception for a long time, especially when people start acting entitled in public. It's when it really started hitting me. When they started using it as an excuse, like oh, I'm too famous to be arrested. Oh, do you know who I am? Do you know how many Instagram followers I have? It's like, bitch, I don't. You can have a million. I don't know who the fuck you are, and I don't simply give a shit. People have tens of thousands of YouTube subscribers. I don't know who the fuck they are. Millions of fucking Twitch followers. I don't know who the fuck they are. Right?
If I were to show my dad this guy, he would be so
Mm-hmm.
confused because he would have no idea what's going on. My dad doesn't even have a YouTube account, so
Mm-hmm.
there's no way he would even know who Mr. Beast is. And that's the
YouTube,
point.
Instagram,
That's
Twitter,
the point about
whatever.
this is if we're gonna do these exposing videos, you gotta do it in another way. Things
Show
have
me how.
changed. You know, we got new.
Show
we got
me
some,
how. I'm not saying you can't, but I am challenging you to show me how. I want to see how you would do that.
new kids in town. Why not do content cop on TikTok? Why not do TikTokers? I could use a
Do it. You
content
do
cop
it.
on that.
You show me.
It's just you drop this and then it turns into some weird. If you read the comments, it's just like some weird high school reunion where people are like, "I got 3 degrees and 2 babies," or in the last 7 years, "I got a drug addiction." Okay, I don't know if YouTube comments are the best way to divulge that. Like, thank you for telling me that you have a drug addiction and that you have.
Listen, man. If you see a problem with that, take that video and directly react to it. Put your thoughts directly on what you're talking about and put it out to the world. What you're doing right now is abstract to me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I get what you're saying, but show me what you're talking about.
Kids and wife and whatever. Or actually, he didn't say wife. He just said kid and degree. And it's just, I don't know what you're. I mean,
I'm getting fucking hungry.
it's weird when it comes to these because at the end of the day, these are just silly little videos. This isn't serious. This isn't deep.
It can be. It really can be because what that is real life and that is deep. And you can make your real life content and people can choose to do that. And it's kind of I kind of walk a weird line, right? Where everything to me is TV and I react to it as if it's like, real or TV or whatever, depending on the situation, right? So it's a fine line to walk. But you can do that. You not like they are silly little videos if you want to make silly little videos. The internet can be as real as you want it to be, as deep as you want to go. You could make just little silly shit and not respond to comments and not get into any drama. Or you could be just looking to take people's heads off or looking to make change. Right? It can be as serious as you want it to be.
Me saying this, I'm not gonna sway an African election. I
You
ain't
might.
gonna drop the nuke code. Like, Donald Trump ain't gonna say, "Oh, watch that InTenDay video now. I gotta drop the nuke codes."
No, but you could aspire to be that. You could aspire to knock down walls and aspire to kick down doors, aspire to make change. I'm not saying that the change that's what you want to make, but if you want to make some noise, you can make some noise.
That's not how this works. These are just silly little internet videos. It's not life and death. So when you drop an hour-long exposing video, who is that for? Because it's definitely not for the average.
You're right. It's not for the average audience, but there's a lot of context around that video. I'm pretty sure the main crux of it was about iDubbbz not saying anything about when Ethan's whole CPS shit happened, which was fucking disgusting, by the way. He did not deserve that. That's just going entirely too far. That's when the Sailor videos get into real life, and that's just fucked up, right? Now, does iDubbbz have to say something? No, he doesn't. Is it kind of messed up? Like from Ethan's perspective, I can totally see what he's saying. Did he have to? No. Does it hurt that he didn't? Yes. So I understand that, and so and iDubbbz handled it the way iDubbbz handled it, and the fuck rest of the goddamn chuckleheads. It wasn't necessary. I'm getting off the topic. Point is, you're right. It's definitely not for the average audience.
Who's got time, yo? I definitely don't have the time attention span.
Yeah.
I know you don't have. I don't know the.
I listen to this shit all day, but all day at work in my headphones while walking back and forth to work, during work. That's when I listen to it. And I can't sit down and watch that shit. That's just crazy. That's why I watch other people do it. They do research for me. I appreciate y'all niggas.
People who watch this video don't have the attention span for an hour for some random obscure stuff that who knows what they're referring to. Thanks for watching this video. If you like, please like and subscribe. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for everyone who's been engaging with the content, liking and commenting.
I'm not going to like, but I'm going to comment. I mean, I'm not going to sub. I'm going to like it. Hold on. And then I'm going to comment. By commenting a link to this video, I'm going to clip it and put it up on my channel. Because I want you to watch this. And I want your opinion. He is improving. I don't know when you got in here, Ty, but he is improving. That's why I want to send it to him. But we have a whole bunch of other shit to cover, too. I'll send him that shit later. Probably sometime tomorrow because it's important. I'll prioritize that one. I'll also put it up on X and shit.